Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I just want to make a small contribution. Thank you for adding me. I just
Oh,
want to say thank you for everyone for their views. Really, this discussion is long overdue, and it's a discussion that should be having. Um, so thank you for that. Everyone's views are valid. It's what enriches our democracy, and I respect everybody on this platform. Yeah, just a few things I'd like to touch on this topic of migrants. Um, Ubuntu. These are the values that we preach as a country. I am originally from the Eastern Cape, a village called Ngamakwe. Years ago, me and my family, my mother, we moved to Pretoria because that's where she got a job. That's where I grew up. So when it comes to migration, we all migrate, guys. Myself from the Eastern Cape, I have migrated to Gauteng, where I've now made my home, even though my ancestral home is in Ngamakwe. So I don't really like to differentiate whether someone comes 50 Ks or 500 Ks or 1,000 kilometers away. People move. Now, that's not to say that as a country, this is something that is insurmountable and it's something that you cannot control. But I think far too often as a country, we blame our problems on foreign nationals and in forgetting that who is actually in control of the government? Who is actually in control of customs officials? Who are they? They're South Africans. SAPS officials, who are they? South Africans. Home Affairs officials, who are they? They are South Africans. So it's not like this is something we cannot control. Crime is an issue, but I feel as if we shouldn't scapegoat it to something else. SAPS is a big problem. Right now, private security does the job of the National Police Force. It is a problem that no one can seem to confront or challenge. But I refuse to believe that the source of our problems are a small group of people. That's just something that doesn't sit well with me. Yes, people's grievances are legitimate when it comes to labor issues. There are people who are underpaid and there are people who are paid under the table. And it does everybody a disservice, even illegal migrants themselves. I think they want to be paid a fair wage. But let's have those debates, really. Let's enforce the laws. That's got nothing to do with illegal migrants themselves. Someone who arrives here, whether it be a Davido who has millions, we're going to love them. But if it's someone who doesn't have money and is in a desperate situation, we are going to victimize and vilify them. I have a problem with that. Why are we beating down on somebody that is already in a difficult situation? That's my contribution. Please, guys, the preamble to the Constitution, I just want to say it again. We, the people of South Africa, we recognize the injustices of our past, honor those who have suffered for justice and freedom in our land, respect those who have worked to build and develop our country. We believe that South Africa belongs to all who live in it, united in our diversity. Please, let's live up to our values. We all need to do our part in making this place a more habitable place for everybody. We are diverse. That is our strength. Let's not lose sight of that. Thank you, Z.
thank you, Africa Luti. Okay, I'm going to have Shokane.
Yeah, good evening, sister. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. It's a very
Right.
insightful session. We're really getting help and we are really understanding the core of our problems as Africans. Yes, everyone viewing, I would like to acknowledge their inputs, and their inputs are very correct. The problem in Africa is our politics, is not us as human beings. And the problems of Zimbabwe are our problems as South Africans. So we believe that the Zimbabweans are our brothers and sisters. So when they're in crisis, their crisis is caused by politicians and big capital that always wants to see black people distressed and black people displaced and black people in poverty. So the problem is not our brothers. So we need to get to the root problem of it, which is the politics, that we also keep on protecting. We'll have the strong man in Zimbabwe, which is the ZANU-PF. The main problem is the ZANU-PF. We're able to to rectify that the problem is not migration, it's not illegal or legal immigrants. And the thing that we come to say that Zimbabwe was there for South Africa during apartheid is not it's something that is worth mentioning, but it's not something that the Zimbabweans should say that because we help them, they must help us back. No, they helped us not seeking for something in return. So they helped us as brothers. So now, if they are in problems, we should be able to help them, not seeking anything in return. So the problem of Zimbabwe is ZANU-PF. So what our Zimbabwean brothers should do is to say that we have got a problem at home. How are we going to fix the problem at home? And the South African government should be able to tell their counterparts in Zimbabwe to say that you are causing us problems here in South Africa. What is wrong that you are doing in your own country? So the politicians and their peers in their own leagues of presidencies and state, they cannot be able to call out each other, to tell each other to say that you are causing problems for us here in South Africa. We cannot punish the people of Zimbabwe. But what is it that Zimbabwean state is doing to rectify the problems in Zimbabwe? So our presidency here should be able to convey such kind of messages to Zimbabwe and say, no, there's something wrong we must be doing there. But politics are politics in a way that they don't want to fix any problem. There's nothing that they want to do. So I believe that all Africans, you cannot be at an environment whereby you are hungry, you are seeing that your children are suffering, and you are saying that I will abide by the laws of this country, I will not do anything. You will go and look for food, because that is how human beings are made. We are actually hunters. So you come to South Africa to look for something so that you might be able to feed your family. So you cannot be waiting for a passport whereby the government will be telling you that we can't even issue a passport because there's no paper, there's no what. With so many excuses, whereas you don't even have money to apply for a passport at that time. So what are you going to do in such a crisis? You have to make means. It's not that because you like breaking the law. No, it's because the situation forces you to do things that you are not supposed to be doing. Then in the issue of crime, what we really say is that our brothers, they should be able to respect the laws of the countries in which they are in, and be able to respect the citizens of the countries which are helping them. That we can work very well. But if someone is going to hurt the people that are helping them, it becomes a big problem. But what we should do as Africans is to encourage each other and be able to help each other. I think that's my take on that. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you so much. Let me see. I have Brian. Okay, Lozi. I think Brian is not.
Okay. Look, for the past two speakers who have spoken here, I'm hearing. I think I'm gonna guess. You, my guy, are you an EFF supporter? Just a quick question.
I am not an EFF supporter. I'm a member of the African National Congress for 10 years.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother.
Look, these are not practical solutions. You know, I'm hearing again a Pan-African talk. Human beings need a push for revolution to happen. Zimbabweans that are sitting enjoying South Africa, which for them, even if they're working in the garden, is better than being in Zimbabwe. These people are not gonna go home and fight. And I believe they do have a spirit to fight. South Africa need to stop being a Father Christmas of this continent and hold Africans themselves reliable for their countries. The people shall govern. People themselves have power more than they think. They have power to turn a wheel in Zimbabwe. They have power to revolt, and the international communities that the brother Nkalakata spoke of will intervene. As long as the Zimbabweans are sitting enjoying talking on the screens in South Africa, nothing will happen in Zimbabwe. Same with that guy the Kosa brother who's staying in Pretoria at the moment. He mentioned something about the Ubuntu, all that. Those things are not a practical solution. South Africans in our communities, when the police fail us, when we know who's the criminal, the communities ban those people. That's how South Africa is built. That's our society. South Africa was built on blood. This South Africa you see today was built on revolting against government. Everybody who's our enemy, everybody who stand on our way, and it has worked. That method works. That's why South Africa is standing today. So my solution is this: whether illegal migrants in South Africa, not just Zimbabweans, everybody is going to live at the end of the day. South Africans are going to win. This pipe dream of Ubuntu, we are all African. We must have practical solutions. We are not all Africans just burdening South Africa. I haven't had any solution here. I've had people who are making excuses for Africans who are not standing against their government. That's what I've had.
Okay, let me have Brian again. Let's